We all reach a point, don't we? A crossroads where the road ahead feels shrouded in the echoes of past disappointments, setbacks, and dreams that for a time seem to fade. We find ourselves in a routine, a rut, almost expecting nothing new, nothing better. We've allowed what hasn't worked out to become an unyielding excuse, a heavy anchor in the waters of our potential. Perhaps you felt the weight of opportunities missed, the sting of trust broken, or the quiet despair of aspirations unfulfilled. It's a common human experience to fall into this pattern where the whispers of doubt grow louder than the voice of possibility, and the past casts a long shadow over the present and future. This isn't about blaming ourselves for moments of weakness or vulnerability. It's about acknowledging a shared human condition. We are by nature creatures of habit, and sometimes those habits can subtly steer us away from our true potential. We become accustomed to a certain level of comfort or perhaps discomfort that keeps us tethered to the familiar, even if the familiar no longer serves us. The world can feel overwhelming, filled with external pressures and unforeseen circumstances that seem to dictate our moods and limit our horizons. We find ourselves reacting more than acting, swept along by the currents of everyday life, often feeling a profound sense of helplessness against the tide of negative thoughts that can creep into our minds. It's a subtle but powerful erosion of our inner strength, leaving us feeling stuck, restless, and perhaps a little less vibrant than we once were. But what if I told you that the very control tower of your life, the genesis of every decision, every outcome, resides within you? Every triumph, every challenge, every single step you've taken began right here in the quiet chambers of your mind. It is a profound truth, timeless and universal. As the ancient wisdom reminds us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This isn't just a poetic phrase. It's a foundational principle that underpins our entire existence. Your thoughts are not merely fleeting whispers in the wind. They are the architects of your reality, the silent, powerful force shaping your experiences, your relationships, and your destiny. If the current landscape of your life feels discolored, if the path ahead seems murky, perhaps it's time to gently inquire. What seeds are we truly planting in the garden of our thoughts? What narratives do we tell ourselves about who we are and who others are? Are we nourishing the fertile ground of optimism and resilience? Or are we inadvertently cultivating the weeds of worry, fear, and resentment? The truth is, the state of our outer world often mirrors the state of our inner world. The peace we seek, the strength we desire, and the happiness we yearn for are not found solely in external circumstances, but cultivated from within. Understanding this profound connection, that our thoughts are not just reflections of our reality, but active participants in its creation, is the first crucial step toward genuine empowerment. It's about recognizing that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we always retain the power to control how we respond. This is where the profound wisdom of Stoicism comes into play, offering a practical philosophy for navigating life's complexities with serenity and purpose. It teaches us to discern between what is within our control and what is not, and to focus our energy precisely where it can make the most difference, on our judgments, our attitudes, and our internal reactions. If you're ready to unlock this inner power, to cultivate a mind that is not merely resilient, but truly fortified against the tides of negativity, then I invite you to join us on this journey. For more insights, practical wisdom, and guidance on how to strengthen your mind, find true tranquility, and embrace a life of flourishing, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, The Stoic Philosophy. Here, you'll find a growing library of videos designed to help you discipline your mind, end negative thoughts, and foster a robust sense of peace and enduring happiness. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Let's work together to make it an impenetrable fortress of calm and strength. We often find ourselves ensnared by a powerful paradox. We yearn for what we lack, yet our focus remains stubbornly fixed on that very lack. It's a curious human tendency, isn't it? To desire abundance, yet to perpetually dwell on scarcity, to crave health, yet to be consumed by thoughts of illness. But if your mind is constantly fixated on, for example, hating being fat, then the energy, the very essence of that aversion, is what you continue to draw into your experience. You see, the universe, in its intricate design, responds not to our wishes alone, but to the prevailing thoughts and feelings we cultivate. If your inner narrative is one of anger or frustration about a particular circumstance, then anger and frustration about that circumstance are precisely what you will continue to manifest. You'll find yourself saying, "See, it just keeps getting worse," thereby reinforcing the very pattern you wish to escape. This is a fundamental, almost universal truth. What you focus on expands. If your mental images, your vital energy, your attention are perpetually tethered to what is, the current circumstances, the perceived limitations, the disappointments of yesterday, then you are, quite literally, creating more of what is in your life. It's like tending a garden. If you constantly water the weeds, expecting flowers to bloom, you'll only find more weeds. Our minds are incredibly powerful, not just in their capacity to analyze and reason, but in their ability to magnetize and manifest. Yet, many of us, without realizing it, are directing this incredible power toward the very things we wish to avoid. We might despise being in debt, yet every conversation, every worry, every inner monologue revolves around the crushing weight of that debt. We long for harmonious relationships, but our thoughts are consumed by past betrayals or perceived slights. This constant engagement with the negative aspects of our reality inadvertently strengthens their hold over us. The challenge lies in breaking this unconscious cycle. It's not simply about wishing for things to be different, it's about understanding the subtle yet profound mechanisms of our own thought processes. When we say, "I hate being poor," or "I despise this job," what we are truly doing is reinforcing the emotional state associated with that negative condition. And it is this emotional resonance, amplified by our thoughts, that becomes the dominant vibration we emit, attracting more experiences that match it. The universe, or perhaps more accurately, our own subconscious mind, doesn't discern between "I want this" and "I hate this." It merely registers the strong emotional charge and the consistent focus, and then endeavors to provide more of that same experience. Consider the person who constantly complains about their lack of success. Their conversations are steeped in tales of missed opportunities, unfair competition, and general misfortune. While these experiences may be real, their continuous internal and external narration of them becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every time they recount a failure, they re-experience the feelings of defeat, thereby strengthening the neural pathways associated with failure rather than those associated with resilience or triumph. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about discerning where to place our precious mental energy. Are we pouring it into lamenting what we don't have, or are we investing it in envisioning and preparing for what we want to create? The problem then isn't just that we have negative thoughts, we all do. The true challenge is when these negative thoughts become our dominant mental habit, dictating our emotional state and consequently our actions and reactions. When our attention becomes perpetually glued to the circumstances of our life as they currently exist, especially if those circumstances are undesirable, we become trapped in a loop. We see only what is, and our thoughts reinforce that what is, making it incredibly difficult to perceive, let alone create, what could be. This creates a static existence, a feeling of being stuck in quicksand, where every effort to escape seems to pull us deeper into the mire of our own perceived limitations. Breaking free requires a conscious, deliberate, and sustained effort to redirect that focus, to shift our gaze from the shadows of the present to the vibrant possibilities of the future we wish to forge. Stoic strategies for inner freedom. In this section, we delve into practical, time-tested strategies rooted in Stoic philosophy that empower us to reclaim control over our internal landscape. We'll explore how to consciously redirect our focus, cultivate an unwavering mindset, ground ourselves in the present moment, and fundamentally sever the ties that bind us to past pains. Each step is designed to equip you with the tools to transform negative thought patterns into pathways for clarity, resilience, and profound inner peace. It's a journey from reacting to creating, from being carried by the currents of thought to steering the ship of your own mind with purpose and grace. Let's begin the disciplined work of shaping our perception, for within that mastery lies the key to an unshakable spirit. The power of conscious thought. The key, then, lies in a deliberate, conscious reorientation. We must learn to gently but firmly shift our mental images, our energy, our higher awareness off of what is and onto what we desire. This isn't about denial or pretending that challenges don't exist. On the contrary, it's about acknowledging the reality of a situation while simultaneously refusing to allow that reality to dictate our inner state or our ultimate direction. Every time a thought of what is arises, a worry about a bill, a regret about a past decision, a frustration with a current circumstance, that is a moment of immense power. It's not a moment of weakness, but a signal, a gentle awakening. In that instant, you have the profound ability to redirect your focus. What do I truly want? Think of your mind as a garden. If left untended, weeds will inevitably grow. These weeds are the negative, unproductive thoughts that sprout from past experiences, societal conditioning, or simple inertia. Conscious thought, then, is the act of diligent gardening. It's the deliberate choice to plant seeds of intention, to water the aspirations you wish to see flourish, and to gently but consistently pull out the weeds of negativity. When you find yourself dwelling on what you lack, consciously shift to visualizing what you possess or what you are striving for. If you're struggling with a financial challenge, instead of repeating, "I can't afford this," try to envision the solution, the opportunities to create value, or the feeling of financial ease. This isn't about magical thinking, it's about aligning your internal state with your desired external outcome, thereby activating your resourcefulness and opening your mind to possibilities you might otherwise overlook. This redirection is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. At first, it might feel like an uphill battle, as if your mind has a mind of its own. But with each conscious redirection, you are strengthening new neural pathways, making it easier for your mind to naturally gravitate toward positive and productive thoughts. The Stoics understood this profoundly. True freedom comes not from controlling external events, but from mastering our internal responses to them. When we shift our focus from what is to what we desire, we are not ignoring reality. We are actively shaping our perception of it, and in doing so, we begin to influence its very fabric. This deliberate act of mindful attention severs the link between chaotic thought and the serenity of the present, paving the way for a more intentional and empowered existence. It allows us to move from being passive recipients of our thoughts to active creators of our mental landscape, leading to a profound sense of inner peace and control. Consider this. When you continuously tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," that belief permeates your actions. You might hesitate to seize opportunities, second-guess your decisions, or even unconsciously sabotage your own efforts. But when you consciously shift that thought to, "I am capable and I will learn," you open yourself to growth, to trying new things, and to embracing challenges as opportunities for self-improvement. This isn't about superficial affirmations. It's about a deep, internal commitment to directing your mental energy towards constructive ends. Every thought, every mental image carries an energetic vibration. When we consistently focus on what we want to create rather than what we wish to avoid, we begin to align ourselves with the very energy of creation itself. This practice of conscious thought becomes a powerful compass, guiding us towards our desired outcomes and away from the mental traps that hold us back. It is a fundamental choice, made moment by moment, to cultivate a mind that serves our highest good. Cultivating an expectant mindset, the Stoic attitude. Studies spanning thousands of successful individuals across various fields and eras reveal a striking commonality that transcends their individual achievements. They radiate an unwavering confidence and assurance. They don't just hope for success, they expect it. This isn't arrogance or unfounded optimism, it's an internal posture, a fundamental belief in their own agency, their capacity to act, and the inherent order of the universe. You can sense it in their demeanor, in their quiet resolve, in the way they carry themselves. They embody an attitude of success, not as a superficial veneer, but as a deeply ingrained disposition. They understand that while external events are often beyond their control, their internal response, their expectation, is entirely within their power. This is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, focusing on what we can control, our judgments, our actions, and our attitudes, and accepting what we cannot. The easiest and most profound way to cultivate this powerful, expectant attitude is to begin right now to act as though you possess that confident, expectant outlook toward life. Walk, act, and carry yourself as if you already belong to this group of individuals who approach life with an unwavering sense of purpose and capability. This might sound counterintuitive. How can I act confident if I don't feel it, you might ask? The profound truth, however, is that actions, you see, don't just follow feelings, they can also precede and trigger them. By deliberately choosing behaviors that align with confidence, standing tall, making eye contact, speaking clearly and calmly, you begin to send powerful signals back to your own brain. These signals, over time, can rewire your internal landscape, fostering genuine feelings of assurance. This concept is deeply rooted in Stoic principles. The Stoics believed in living in accordance with virtue, regardless of how one felt internally. If courage was required, one acted courageously, even if fear was present. This active engagement with desired virtues, this acting as if gradually shapes one's character and inner state. So, if you desire more confidence, act confidently. If you desire more serenity, cultivate serene behaviors. This isn't about faking it until you make it in a deceptive way. It's about intentionally embodying the virtues you wish to possess, thereby making them a part of your very being. It's a powerful feedback loop. Your chosen actions influence your feelings, which in turn reinforce your capacity for those actions. Consider the person who walks into a room with slumped shoulders, eyes downcast, and a hesitant demeanor. What message are they sending, not just to others, but to themselves? Conversely, imagine someone entering the same room with an upright posture, a calm gaze, and a quiet sense of presence. Their inner state might be the same, but their external presentation immediately shifts the perception, both of others and, crucially, of themselves. This deliberate acting as if becomes a powerful tool for self-transformation. It's a Stoic practice to align our actions with the virtues we wish to embody, thereby shaping our inner world and cultivating an unshakable sense of self-reliance. This is not about being boastful or arrogant. It is about embodying a quiet inner knowing of your capabilities and worth, allowing that inner conviction to radiate outward in all that you do. The attitude you cultivate is a choice, and by choosing one of expectation and assurance, you set the stage for your own success, regardless of external circumstances. The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. In our bustling, increasingly complex lives, distractions are omnipresent, and the mind, left unchecked, often drifts. It flits between the anxieties of the future, what might happen, what could go wrong, and the regrets or nostalgic echoes of the past. What was, what should have been. This constant mental time travel pulls us away from the only moment we truly possess, the present. The moment you catch yourself being pulled away, the moment you notice the tendrils of worry about an upcoming meeting, or the lingering sadness from a past conversation, that is not a moment of weakness or failure. On the contrary, it is a moment of tremendous power. You have just awakened. You've noticed you are not truly present. This awareness itself is a gift, a gentle alarm bell, a wake-up call from the automatic pilot of your mind. Use that gentle alarm bell. A simple yet profoundly effective technique, akin to a mental reset, is the 5-4-3-2-1 method, often coupled with grounding. The moment you recognize your mind drifting, engage this deliberate mental intervention. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you count, simultaneously and with conscious effort, direct your attention to your physical senses in the present moment. Identify 5 things you can see around you. Notice their colors, shapes, textures. Look for details you might ordinarily overlook. 4 things you can feel. This could be the fabric of your clothes against your skin, the temperature of the air, the pressure of your feet on the ground, or the subtle weight of your watch. 3 things you can hear. Listen for sounds near and far. The hum of the refrigerator, distant traffic, the sound of your own breath. 2 things you can smell. Take a deliberate breath and notice any scents. Coffee, a fresh scent from outdoors, or simply the air around you. 1 thing you can taste. This could be the lingering taste of your last meal or drink, or simply the sensation inside your mouth. After this brief but intense sensory focus, you'll find that you are more fully anchored in the here and now. The most effective way to consolidate this grounding, as psychologists wisely suggest and Stoic practice implicitly encourages, is to then find something in your immediate surroundings to savor. Not just observe, but truly savor. To focus on it with a sense of appreciation, to allow its presence to fill your awareness, right here, right now. This could be the intricate pattern of a leaf outside your window, the warmth of your cup of tea, the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, or the feel of solid ground beneath your feet. This deliberate act of mindful appreciation does something remarkable. It severs the link between chaotic runaway thought and the serenity of the present. It redirects your energy from internal narratives of worry or regret to the tangible, immediate reality around you. It reminds you that regardless of past or future anxieties, in this very moment, there is something to be observed, something to be felt, something to be appreciated. This is a powerful Stoic exercise, for it brings us back to the only sphere of control we truly possess, our present perception and our immediate actions. By consistently pulling ourselves back to the present, we weaken the grip of intrusive thoughts and strengthen our capacity for calm, clear-headed action. It's a simple, yet profoundly effective technique for reclaiming your mental sovereignty, one moment at a time. The severing of the pain-body link. Within each of us, there can reside what some spiritual traditions and psychological frameworks refer to as a pain body. This isn't a physical entity, but rather an accumulation of past emotional wounds, unaddressed suffering, unresolved grievances, and limiting beliefs that have gathered within our psyche over time. It's like an energetic residue, a cloud of old pain that often seeks to perpetuate itself by influencing our current thought processes. It draws us into spirals of negativity, self-judgment, resentment, and even anger, often disproportionate to the present moment. This pain body can hijack our minds, pulling us into familiar cycles of suffering, making us react to current situations through the distorted lens of past hurt. When you find yourself caught in these destructive thought patterns, perhaps replaying an old argument, feeling a surge of unprovoked anger, or succumbing to persistent self-doubt, take a moment to pause. Observe these thoughts, not with judgment, but with a detached curiosity. Notice their pointlessness, their inherent untruth in the present moment. Recognize that the suffering they induce is often a reliving of the past, not a direct response to the immediate reality. The crucial insight here is to realize you don't truly want this suffering. You, as the awareness, as the conscious observer, as the deeper self, do not desire this pain. It is the pain body, that old collection of unhealed emotional energy, that clings to it, seeking to validate its own existence by recreating familiar emotional landscapes. The profound key to liberation is to sever the link between your thought processes and this pain body. This is achieved primarily through presence, through awareness. When a wave of old pain-infused emotion or thought arises, instead of identifying with it, instead of saying, "I am angry," or "I am sad," simply observe it. Say to yourself, "There is anger arising," or "There is a thought of sadness passing through me." This subtle shift in language creates a crucial psychological distance. You are not the emotion. You are the awareness that observes the emotion. Only the presence, your conscious awareness, can sever this link. When true presence enters, when you bring your full attention to the present moment without judgment, the emotion associated with the pain body no longer controls your thought activity. the pattern breaks. The old loop loses its power. Imagine it like pulling a plug from an electrical appliance. The power flow stops. Similarly, when you bring awareness to the pain body's attempts to hijack your thoughts, you cut off its energy supply. The emotion is still there, perhaps, but it is no longer driving your mental dialogue, no longer dictating your perceptions or your reactions. This is a powerful Stoic concept, aligning with the idea of differentiating between what is within our control, our judgments, our inner state, and what is outside of it, past events, external circumstances. By consciously observing and disidentifying from the pain body, we reclaim our internal sovereignty. We prevent past wounds from dictating our present peace. This practice requires vigilance, but with each successful severance of the link, you strengthen your capacity for inner freedom. It's the beginning of the end of the pain body's dominion over your mind, allowing you to choose your thoughts and emotional responses with greater intention and wisdom. It is a profound step towards true inner peace and emotional resilience, allowing you to live fully in the present, unburdened by the echoes of yesterday's suffering, the essence of mental strength. The term mental strength refers to that profound internal power that propels you forward, enabling you to complete tasks, achieve goals, and persevere through life's inevitable challenges. It is not merely the absence of weakness, but the active cultivation of resilience, fortitude, and unwavering resolve. It is your inner voice, unwavering and clear, that whispers, "You are capable. You can confront this." This strength is not about brute force or unyielding stubbornness. It's about a deep, quiet conviction in your ability to adapt, to learn, and to grow from adversity. Whether you are an athlete pushing for that last grueling stretch across the finish line, a business professional closing a crucial deal under pressure, or simply navigating the daily currents of life, raising a family, managing responsibilities, coping with unexpected losses, this inner strength is your steadfast companion. It is what allows your body to perform beyond normal expectations, creating new levels of physical and emotional endurance. Think of the marathon runner pushing through the wall, or the entrepreneur facing multiple rejections yet persisting with their vision. This isn't just physical stamina, it's the mental fortitude that fuels it. Mental strength is the unseen engine, the internal ignition that sparks action when the external world might suggest otherwise. It is your inherent capacity to withstand emotional hardships, to bounce back from setbacks, and to remain steadfast in your purpose. This mental strength is the bedrock of your personal character, forged and refined through your unique experiences. Every challenge overcome, every difficult decision made, every moment of self-discipline exercised layers another brick in the foundation of your inner fortress. Each day, you draw upon a certain measure of physical and emotional strength to navigate responsibilities, manage relationships, and pursue your goals. But it is your ability to activate and call upon your mental strength that truly ensures you can begin and finish each day, no matter how demanding, and return to face the next with renewed resolve. It is the wisdom to accept your weaknesses not as liabilities, but as areas for growth, and the unwavering resolve to transform them into strengths. It empowers you to make decisions, to move forward with an aptitude to make palpable differences within your environment and within yourself. This internal force fuels self-reliance, allowing you to make decisions based on your inner awareness, rather than being swayed by external opinions or transient emotions. Furthermore, it directly influences your physical and emotional health. When you feel mentally strong and confident, your body responds in kind, bolstering your immune system, reducing stress, and enhancing your overall well-being. This process becomes an invaluable asset, a reliable internal resource that you can tap into when inspiration wanes, motivation falters, or resourcefulness is desperately needed. It encourages you to believe in your own capacity, to gather the courage and fortitude to accomplish your goals, and to maintain this newfound practice of self-reliance and certainty. As you continue to develop your mental strength, you begin to understand just how capable you are of achieving and completing your goals or tasks, whether it's simply getting through each demanding day or attaining new levels of success. It gives you the ability to deal with challenging situations, empowering you with the trust and belief that you can confront risks and deal with them resourcefully. It creates the willpower to finish the race, the self-discipline to maintain a healthy diet and exercise routine for your well-being. It acknowledges that you are not perfect, but you can become stronger and face endeavors no matter how tough they appear in the beginning. Mental strength confirms your need to know your own limits and how far you can push past those boundaries to create new ones. It is what gives you the ability to dream and focus on what needs to be done, generating the energy, both physically and emotionally, to sustain it. It produces the inner strength to move past adversity and disadvantages that have held you back before, ensuring that each time you call for help, your brain instantly activates your body's response, leading to a successful solution. Cultivating positive habits for a resilient mind. The transformation of our mental landscape isn't a singular event, but a continuous process of cultivating beneficial habits. Just as a gardener tends to a thriving plot by consistently watering and pruning, we must diligently nurture the positive aspects of our mind and gently remove the unproductive ones. This means consciously choosing to integrate practices into our daily lives that reinforce a positive mindset and bolster our inner resilience. One of the most accessible and immediate ways to begin this cultivation is through the simple yet profound act of laughter. Whoever coined the phrase, "laughter is the best medicine," had a deep understanding of its power. Laughter, even when a situation is not inherently funny, is a remarkable physiological and psychological reset button. It releases endorphins, reduces stress hormones, and improves mood. If you find yourself in a challenging or unfortunate situation that makes you want to cry or despair, try shifting your focus to finding something, anything, that can elicit a chuckle. You might feel a little silly at first, but the shift in perspective and mood can be instantaneous. This isn't about trivializing serious problems, but about giving your mind and body a powerful, immediate tool to re-regulate and regain composure. Closely aligned with laughter is the simple act of smiling. A smile is a universal symbol of positivity and openness, but its benefits extend far beyond external perception. Smiling, even when you don't initially feel like it, sends powerful signals to your brain that can actually improve your mood. It makes you appear more attractive, more approachable, and more open to connection. In uncomfortable situations, a genuine smile can often be all that's needed to break the ice and ease tension. When you radiate a positive mood through a simple smile, positive people are naturally drawn to you, creating a virtuous cycle of uplifting interactions. The more you smile, the more you train your brain to associate itself with positive states, gradually transforming your mindset from the inside out. Beyond these outward expressions, the most crucial habit to cultivate is thinking positive thoughts. This is the surest, most direct path to becoming a more positive person. If your internal dialogue is dominated by self-criticism, judgment of yourself or others, or pessimistic forecasts, it will inevitably drag you down. You owe it to yourself to be your own kindest voice, your most encouraging supporter. Positive thoughts are the seeds from which positive words and actions grow. Conversely, if you are always thinking negatively, it is highly likely that this negativity will spill over into your conversations and interactions, creating a less inviting atmosphere for yourself and those around you. However, by consistently focusing on positive thoughts, you bring a radiant, uplifting energy into every aspect of your life. This requires vigilance and a willingness to challenge ingrained negative patterns, but the rewards are immeasurable. Furthermore, recognize the profound influence of your environment, particularly the people you surround yourself with. Hang out with positive people. If your constant companions are those who dwell on negativity, who complain incessantly, or who see obstacles rather than opportunities, it is highly probable that their mindset will, over time, rub off on you. The best way to counteract this is to actively seek out and spend time with individuals whom you respect, who uplift you, and whose attitudes you admire. Positive people naturally gravitate towards others who share their outlook, creating a supportive ecosystem of encouragement and growth. By choosing your company wisely, you create a powerful external reinforcement for your internal commitment to positivity. Finally, and perhaps most fundamentally, commit to taking care of yourself. This encompasses a holistic approach to well-being, prioritizing a healthy diet, avoiding excessive consumption of substances that deplete your energy, like smoking or heavy drinking, and ensuring adequate rest. When you make conscious choices that are best for your body, you will inevitably start to feel better about yourself. This physical well-being is intrinsically linked to your mental state. A nourished body supports a clear and resilient mind. Feeling healthy and confident physically contributes directly to strengthening your mental resolve, building your overall self-confidence, and enhancing your body's ability to confront and deal with life's next adventure or challenge. This interconnected process becomes an invaluable asset, allowing you to tap into your own innate motivation and resourcefulness whenever inspiration is needed. Encouraging others to adopt similar self-care practices is also a wonderful way to contribute to a positive, supportive community of like-minded individuals, amplifying the collective well-being. By consistently attending to your physical and emotional needs, you lay the strongest possible foundation for enduring mental strength and a deeply positive outlook on life. The wisdom of relaxation and self-compassion. In the relentless pace of modern life, the importance of genuine relaxation is often overlooked, relegated to a luxury rather than a necessity. Yet, taking time to focus on yourself, to truly decompress and unwind, is a profound way to get centered, recalibrate your inner compass, and refocus on your ultimate purpose in life. We all experience tough days, periods of intense stress, and moments where the weight of the world feels overwhelming. However, by intentionally carving out a few moments each day or evening to simply be, to practice stillness, the positive aspects of your life will begin to come sharply into focus. This isn't about escaping reality, but about creating space for clarity. Life is inherently stressful, and therefore it is paramount to find moments, even brief ones, to let go of that accumulated tension. Practices like meditation, even for just 5 or 10 minutes, can profoundly shift your state. During these moments, you can focus on your breath, Observe your thoughts without judgment, or simply rest in the quiet awareness of the present. Listening to relaxing music, engaging in gentle yoga, or dedicating time to a beloved hobby that absorbs your attention are all powerful ways to bring a wave of positive thoughts into your mind in a productive, restorative way. These activities act as a mental palate cleanser, allowing your mind to release mental clutter and return to a state of calm. This deliberate practice of relaxation is not indulgence. It is a vital act of self-preservation and mental hygiene, allowing your mind to rest and rejuvenate, making it stronger and more resilient for the challenges ahead. It is a Stoic acknowledgement that just as our muscles need rest to grow stronger, so too does our mind. The power of connection, family and community. Beyond individual practices, the human spirit thrives on connection. Love your family. Our family, whether by blood or by choice, often forms the bedrock of our support system, standing with us no matter what adversities we face. Taking the time to genuinely appreciate them, to express your love openly, and to demonstrate that affection through your actions is one of the most profoundly positive things you can do, not just for them, but for yourself. These bonds provide an invaluable sense of belonging, security, and unconditional acceptance. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, the unwavering presence of loved ones can be an anchor, providing stability and comfort. Showing your love can take many forms: a heartfelt conversation, a shared meal, an act of service, or simply spending quality, undivided time together. These moments of connection strengthen the fabric of your relationships, creating a reservoir of emotional support that you can draw upon in times of need. When you invest in your family, you are investing in your own emotional well-being. The happiness and peace you cultivate within these relationships ripple outwards, contributing to your overall sense of fulfillment and joy. It is a powerful antidote to loneliness and isolation, reminding us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. Furthermore, extending this principle of connection beyond your immediate family into your broader community is equally vital. Engaging with others, contributing your time or talents, and fostering positive interactions build a sense of collective well-being. When we contribute to something greater than ourselves, whether through volunteering, supporting local initiatives, or simply being a kind and supportive neighbor, we tap into a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. This outward focus can be incredibly liberating, shifting our attention from internal struggles to the impact we can have on the world around us. It reinforces the Stoic idea of cosmopolitanism, the understanding that we are all interconnected, citizens of the world, and that our well-being is tied to the well-being of others. By actively nurturing your family bonds and engaging positively with your community, you not only enrich their lives, but also fortify your own mental strength, happiness, and sense of belonging. It is in this giving and connecting that we often find our greatest personal gains. Embracing discomfort, the path to growth and new boundaries. A significant part of building robust mental strength involves a willingness to embrace discomfort and challenge yourself slowly over time. We are naturally inclined to seek comfort and avoid pain, but true growth often lies just beyond the edges of our comfort zones. It's in these moments of gentle self-challenge that our resilience is forged and our capabilities expanded. You need to consistently put yourself in situations that require a little more from you, gradually pushing your perceived limits. This doesn't mean overwhelming yourself, but rather intentionally seeking out opportunities for incremental growth. For example, If you find yourself always taking the easiest path, consider choosing the slightly more challenging one. If a task feels daunting, break it down into smaller, manageable steps and commit to just the first one. This process enables your body and mind to automatically adjust and enable your brain to consider existing responses or execute newly planned reactions to realize a successful solution. When you expose yourself to manageable discomfort, you are essentially training your brain to develop new coping mechanisms and problem-solving strategies. Each time you successfully navigate a small challenge, you build a positive feedback loop, reinforcing the belief that you are capable of handling more. This is about establishing new default settings for your mental responses, gradually shifting from avoidance to proactive engagement. Once you become conscious of your mental strength and its incredible potential, you'll begin to develop a habit that consistently improves the results and the outcome of your efforts. This is where consistent practice comes in. At some point, through repeated functions, exercise, and dedicated practice, your mental strength becomes stronger and faster. Your concentration improves, as does your memory, particularly in recalling past experiences and extracting valuable lessons from them. You learn to take the good conclusions, building endurance for the future, while wisely remembering the less successful results and replacing them with proven achievements. This continuous refinement allows you to approach future challenges not with trepidation, but with a deep internal knowing that you possess the inner resources to navigate them successfully. So, how do you make the most of your mental strength? Challenge yourself each day. Promise to consider an alternative to old habits that didn't work and consciously implement new ones that do. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to break free from ingrained patterns. You need to listen carefully to your inner voice, to your intuition, and believe that your body will respond, because it has already been proven that you can endure and face the challenges within your life. Take your disappointments not as failures, but as new challenges, as opportunities to learn and refine your approach. Keep your brain active by focusing on one thing at a time before you move on to the next challenge, ensuring desired results and preventing overwhelm. Maintain a healthy balance of thought, no matter what you encounter, by simply engaging your mental strength every day of your life. This consistent effort, this mindful embrace of growth through challenge, is the true path to an unshakable and resilient mind, capable of facing any endeavor with courage and grace. The master key, your power to choose. So, what is the ultimate truth of this journey? The profound revelation that can unlock an entirely new way of living. It is this, simple yet revolutionary: you possess the inherent power to choose how you think. This isn't merely a philosophical concept, an abstract idea debated in ancient texts. It is a profound, actionable reality, the most fundamental truth about your inner world. Every single moment, you are standing at a crossroads of decision, not about external events, but about your internal response to them. As you think, so shall you be. These 7 small words, passed down through generations, are perhaps the most pivotal in our lives, echoing the ancient Stoic wisdom that our perception, our internal judgment, holds the ultimate sway over our experience. This isn't to say that external circumstances don't exist or that life won't present challenges. The world will continue its unpredictable dance. But the power to choose your internal narrative, to direct your mental energy, to cultivate your inner garden, remains inviolable. We become, quite literally what we contemplate all day long. If your mind is consistently dwelling on lack, on anger, on fear, then those become the dominant colors of your reality. If, however, you consistently choose to focus on gratitude, on possibility, on inner strength, then these qualities will bloom in your life. This is the wellspring of all change, all progress, all enduring peace. It's the point where you stop being a passenger tossed about by the waves of external events and become the captain of your own ship, steering with purpose and intentionality. The temptation, of course, is to believe that our thoughts are automatic, uncontrollable reactions to what happens to us. But this is where the profound power of choice lies. Imagine your mind as a vast, fertile field. You can allow any seed to blow in on the wind and take root, seeds of doubt, resentment, anxiety, or you can actively choose what to plant. You can cultivate seeds of courage, compassion, and clarity. This choice, made repeatedly, day in and day out, is the essence of mental mastery. It is the understanding that while the rain may fall, you decide whether it nourishes beautiful flowers or creates mud. This deep understanding acknowledges your capacity not for perfection, for none of us are flawless, but for continuous growth, for learning, and for facing every endeavor, no matter how formidable, with newfound resilience. It's recognizing that even in moments of profound difficulty, you have the dignity and agency to choose your internal response. This is the ultimate freedom that Stoicism offers, the unwavering conviction that your inner citadel, your mind, is impregnable to external forces so long as you guard its gates with conscious choice. This is the key moment in your journey. The realization that your thoughts are not simply reflections of reality, but powerful tools for shaping it. This is where you reclaim your personal sovereignty. This is where the old chains of unconscious reaction begin to dissolve, replaced by the boundless strength of deliberate intention. When you truly grasp this truth, that your power lies in choosing your thoughts, you step into a realm of limitless possibility, ready to sculpt a life of purpose, peace, and profound inner freedom. This is the fundamental choice, the pivotal moment that dictates the quality of your existence. Conclusion. Life, in its essence, is a tapestry woven with both light and shadow, with moments of profound joy and periods of undeniable struggle. It will always present its ebb and flow. Challenges are not deviations from the norm, but rather an integral, inescapable part of the human experience. Yet, the profound truth we have explored today reveals that it is not so much what happens to us, but how we choose to respond to it that ultimately defines our path, shapes our character, and dictates the quality of our existence. We cannot control every external event, every twist of fate, but we absolutely retain sovereignty over our internal landscape. Cultivating a positive mindset, therefore, is not a naive form of optimism or a dismissal of genuine difficulties. On the contrary, it is a profound act of self-mastery, a courageous and deeply practical way of life that demands conscious practice, diligently applied every single day. It means choosing to look for the good, even when obscured, to find moments of gratitude amidst hardship, and to focus on solutions rather than perpetually dwelling on problems. Embrace the simple yet potent power of laughter to lighten your spirit and allow a genuine smile to grace your lips, not just for others, but for the subtle shift it creates within you. Most critically, consciously, cultivate positive thoughts within your inner sanctuary, treating your mind as a sacred space where only beneficial seeds are sown. Furthermore, recognize the immense support that surrounds you. Intentionally hang out with positive people who uplift and inspire, creating a virtuous circle of encouragement. And above all, commit to taking care of yourself. Nurture your body through healthy choices and nurture your mind through moments of deliberate relaxation and self-compassion. Take dedicated moments to simply be, to meditate, to reconnect with your deepest purpose. Remember, your family and your broader community are anchors of unwavering support. Cherish them. Contribute to them, for in giving and connecting, we often find the greatest measure of strength and profound inner peace for ourselves. This continuous practice, this unwavering commitment to your internal world is the surest path to an unshakable spirit and a life lived with intentionality and profound well-being. As we bring this reflection to a close, remember the profound journey we've embarked upon today, the journey within. The insights shared are not merely concepts to ponder, but powerful tools to wield in the forge of your own mind. The path to disciplining your thoughts, to truly ending the cycle of negativity, is a continuous one, rich with discovery and profound liberation. This video is but a single beacon on that path. If you found resonance in these timeless principles, if you feel the stirring of a stronger, more peaceful mind within you, then I warmly invite you to delve deeper. Our YouTube channel, The Stoic Philosophy, is a dedicated wellspring of ancient wisdom tailored for modern life, offering a growing collection of videos designed to fortify your spirit, cultivate your inner peace, and guide you toward lasting happiness. Each video is crafted to provide actionable insights and philosophical guidance that empower you to navigate life's complexities with unwavering resilience. To ensure you don't miss any of our upcoming releases, videos that will continue to equip you with the tools for mental mastery and profound well-being, please take a moment right now to subscribe to the Stoic Philosophy channel. Join our community as we explore the practical wisdom that can transform your daily experience, making your mind an impenetrable fortress of calm and strength. Thank you for dedicating your valuable time to watch this video and to embark on this journey with us. May the insights shared serve you well, and may your days be filled with ever-increasing clarity, peace, and purposeful action.